All right, Donna Brazile may have bashed Hillary Clinton in her new book From Cover to Cover, but she allied with the former presidential candidate on one thing, believing last year's election was rigged. Here's what Brazile had to say yesterday.
My personal view is that it was not a legitimate election.
So it doesn't count?
Chris, remember, I am the campaign manager of Al Gore in 2000. And where, as you well know, the Supreme Court decided. This election will always have an asterisk by.
Really? The whole book is about how Hillary Clinton blew it. Well, Brazile is right in one way. There does seem to have been a rigged election recently, but instead of Donald Trump, it involves a Democratic Congressman, Bob Brady. He's under investigation right now by the FBI for allegedly, get this, paying a political opponent not to run against him. Ethan Bierman and Dana Lash join us right now. They're both on the radio and extraordinary at that. Dana, for you, this is unbelievable. They're saying that he paid his opponent $90,000 not to run. Maybe he didn't do it, but his campaign did, and now the FBI is looking into it.
Yeah. Well, he's implicated in this, and Brian, good to be with you. Happy Thanksgiving to you and everybody out there. Okay, he's definitely implicated in this, and then as well as Jimmy Moore, who is the other individual who is challenging Brady for this seat. He's alleged to have falsified some of the accounts to the FBI, which you never lie to the FBI. That's one of the most common charges that they bust some of these politicians and other individuals on, is lying to the FBI. You don't do that, but he did, and that seems to be kind of par for the course. If you can't win, then you're going to have to buy your way, or you're going to have to steal. And we did see that in the Democrat primary with certain caucuses and primaries and superdelegates, Brian. So this, I mean, I'm not surprised, but I mean, $90,000 to pay someone to not challenge you. And where's the left on this as well? Because it seems like Moore was disenfranchised of an opportunity to challenge an establishment guy.
Right, Ethan, I mean, we don't want another country infiltrating into our election. We got that. We don't want a party deciding with the candidate. We got that. But what about a candidate paying another one? This is just one election, but do you worry about a trend? Do you think this is an anomaly?
I do see this as an anomaly, but this is horrible. I mean, there's no defending this activity whatsoever. He should be absolutely held to account, and if he's found guilty in a court of law, should pay the fullest price that our law allows. But however, that was the 2012 election. You know, what Donna Brazile was talking about was the 2016 election. And what we're all forgetting about this while we're talking about the Democrat in Philadelphia, we have the former Republican chair of the Colorado Republican Party who is under indictment as well for voter fraud. So there's a Republican here. But we really, Brian, I can't say this enough, and by the way, happy Thanksgiving to you both as well. Can't say this enough. We can't take our eye off the ball. Russia has been intentionally coordinated attacking us on the internet, our infrastructure, our voting systems. We can never forget that. I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican, that government is unfriendly to us. So let's not just make this into a Democrat and Republican debate. We have to keep our eye on who the actual enemy is here.
Dana, I'm sure you agree with that, and we don't want to just focus on this one Pennsylvania election, but we should, if we could possibly pull politics out of this and focus on what Russia did, because we have to put a stop to this, because if Russia can do it, China can do it. My goodness, North Korea could do it.
You're absolutely right, and I'm wholeheartedly against that. I mean, and that's one of the things that we know, that Russia wanted to get involved in our elections. We know that they wanted to have some sort of influence. So far, the DOJ and FBI have not verified anything that was in that dossier that's been going around, that they've had an entire year to look at and verify. And this is why, Brian, I'm so against anybody for political gain conspiring with the Kremlin through a firm and substantiating a FISA warrant on a private citizen based on nothing more than Kremlin gossip. And that's entirely why that I have taken a very strong vocal stand, as well as you and so many other individuals. And you're right, it shouldn't be about party, which is why all Democrats and Republicans alike should come together at the Thanksgiving table in a moment of unity, Brian, and say that was bad what Fusion GPS did.
Right, but I thought I was told by experts not to bring up politics. But back to politics, because we're on television. Ethan, do you believe that this election needs an asterisk, like Donna Brazile just came up with Chris Matthews and said?
I don't know that we need to go that far, but I want to add to something that Dana was just saying there. We know how bad the Russian hacking is. The Fusion GPS, that's not hacking. That is political pay. That's money going under the table to somebody who maybe is dirty. We don't know all the details of that. But the hacking is legitimate. The hacking is concentrated and concerted attacks on our infrastructure.
Ethan,
don't forget,
Ethan,
in 2011,
what you're saying is correct. But
which is why I wanted the DNC to let the FBI investigate, and they refused to do that, which I found incredibly troubling.
I have a background in IT security, and get your head around this. They don't need the server.
Right. Get your head around this for a second. You know that the Facebook ads and things, and you believe that they hacked into the election for Donald Trump. Do you also believe that possibly Fusion GPS lured the Clinton camp through them into Russia because they promised that they knew things about Donald Trump that would blow up his campaign? Isn't that virtually the same thing, if that indeed was the case, which we're about to find out, I believe?
Well, I don't see that as the same thing. First of all, what we seem to be missing in the conversation about Fusion GPS is the main person there is from one of our closest allies, Britain, and the MI6 spy agency. So
he's a free agent. He's not representing the British government.
A free agent now, but has had a great track record before this dossier. Don't forget that we had actionable intelligence from him in previous dossiers. So this isn't all bad. But
it's not been verified.
I don't disagree that. Well, the previous stories that happened, yeah, no, some of them have actually. But the deal here is with Fusion GPS,
they haven't.
If there is something
the DOJ
nefarious,
and FBI have not verified those.
Okay, well, we can debate that separately. But if there is something dirty that happened with Fusion GPS, I've always supported getting to the truth and holding people accountable. And if that is the case, let's find out and hold people accountable.
All we know is that Paul Manafort can't leave the House. That's all we found out in a year. Dana,
except for tomorrow.
Ethan, thanks so much. All right, coming up straight ahead, the president is picking another fight with the NFL. What's got him mad this time? We will tell you when we return.